Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Better Off Wickless. My name is Tanya Milbrodt. I'm an independent Scentsy consultant out of Woodinville, Washington. If you have been following along on my channel, we did a video recently about the different types of parties, geared a little more towards all the newer consultants that just joined Scentsy. So if you're curious about different ways to party and benefits, pros and cons of each type, that's what we're going to go through. So the first party we talked about is very important. It was your launch party, which if you've not scheduled it, you are, right? Okay. Next, we're going to go to my favorite type of party. My favorite type of party is a home party. Your launch party, similar, whether it's at your house, your friend's house, family member's house, whether you're hosting, someone's hosting for you. It's basically having people over and getting the testers under their noses. You want people sniffing the testers, seeing the product, checking it all out, because as we all know, smelling Scentsy is what sells it. It's what hooked me. It's probably what hooked you. It's going to hook someone else to be your customer or a recruit, okay? So we want to get the testers out under noses. That's the goal of the home party. So when you do your launch party, try and entice people to book a party with you. Yes, you want them to come and meet you and know that you're selling Scentsy now, and that if they love Scentsy, you're their go-to person, and increase your circle of friends and customers. Absolutely. But you also, and you want people to buy. They're welcome to buy from you at your launch party. Absolutely. Be ready to take orders. You also want to book parties. So once you have booked a party, either from your launch party or ask your friends, ask your family. When you're first starting out, pick your top 3 to 5 people that are super supportive of you. They love you. They're excited for you. They want you to do well. Is it your mom? Is it your sister? Is it your best friend? Go find your go-to people and go to them and say, hey, I'm just starting out. I need to get out in front of some people. I need to book a party. Will you host for me? Ask them, okay? So get some parties booked. Once you have your party booked, that's what we'll talk about next. You can do your parties however you want to. This is your business. That's the coolest part. Don't love to play games? Don't play them. Whatever you are comfortable doing, go for it. And be ready to tweak and try new things. I wasn't sure I wanted to do games in my parties, but now I've done a couple of them and it went well and I liked it, so I'm incorporating new things. Always be out on YouTube and out checking out what other consultants are doing, what's working for them. Oh, hey, I tried this new thing. We're all here to help each other. We all want to be one big, successful Scentsy family, right? So be prepared to tweak it. Make changes. If something's not working for you, drop it off and do something different. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to show you my table setup for my home party, just generally what I have on the table and what I bring with me, and kind of how the party flow goes, and a couple pointers and tips for you guys that I found helpful, and we'll go from there, okay? Hang tight. Hey guys, okay, this is my little table setup. It's what I bring to all of my home parties. I have a little tote over here that has a bunch of stuff in it. I keep my tote packed up and my table in the garage ready to go. I got the Scentsy Independent Consultant tablecloth out of the Scentsy Success Store. You can get one there as well. They're inexpensive. Any tablecloth will do. It'll make your table look a little nicer. So what I bring is my table and then my tote filled with all this stuff. And we're going to kind of talk about what the deal is with this stuff. For all of my parties, I bring Mardi Gras beads. That's one of the games that I play. I say games kind of loose term. I have my hostess wear the Mardi Gras bead, and I tell all of the guests, see Jane with her beautiful beaded necklace? If you steal that necklace from Jane, book a party with me. She gets an extra prize. And that kind of helps incentivize the guests because they want to help Jane get an extra prize. And, you know, especially if they're helping their friend and they're kind of on the fence, that might do it. So that's one of the things that I do is I bring at least 1 or 2 beads with me to try and book parties from the party because that's our goal. Every party we do, we want to book something. So we just keep going. I also bring, this is just a few of the testers, but I also bring all the testers. And I have some little baskets that I sit out. I'll show you one of the baskets. They're just little El Cheapo dollar store baskets. And I made little labels for the different families and double-sided tape usually. And they just, go on there. And I put the testers in the bins, and those get set out like on the coffee table or wherever the guests are lingering so that they can be sniffing. I also bring some Scentsy wish lists and lots of pens and lay those out around with the catalogs and testers so people can be writing down the things that they like and don't like. Here is a game that I do play. Ask me about my business. What I do is I have this bucket out there, and I have some shark cards. You can have Scentsy cards. You can have any cards. And let the guests know that we're going to do a little quick game and that I want them to ask me about my business. What are they curious about? Why am I doing this? Any questions they might have about a Scentsy consultant. And then for each guest that asks a question, they get a card, and the matching card goes in the bucket. And at the end, I pick out a card, and that person gets a prize. So that's one of the games that I'll play. Another one, I always bring my wheel of tickets, because anytime we're having a party and the hostess is agreeable to this, I always ask them first, but if they are agreeable to letting everyone know, hey, if you bring a guest to the party that wasn't originally invited, you get an extra ticket into a raffle for a prize. Sometimes we'll do that, so I'll bring those to hand out to people. And then I always bring little products just to have sitting out so that they can see, because it's kind of cool when you're just looking at the catalog. It's kind of cool to be able to go, oh, that's how big that is. Oh, wow, that's a huge bag of Scentsy soak. Oh, this is what the bar looks like. Oh, okay. It's a nice visual for them. So I always bring some products to have sitting out. You guys probably got some in your consultant starter kit. If you did not get very much because you did the $15 join, as you start building your business, add a couple things here and there, and pretty soon you'll have a couple things to display. If you have nothing but testers, that works too. Set the testers out on the table and some business cards and a catalog. You're good to go. So one of the other things that you'll see here is my little display. This thing is really cool. If you are going to be really getting into doing home parties or any type of bazaar or fair or anywhere where you would have a setup and a display. This display I got off eBay. You can find them on there. If you search, I want to say search Scentsy display, you can find them. But people make these. They're just little wooden boxes. They're all wired for several outlets so you can plug your warmers in. Sometimes I'll bring a warmer like you see, and I'll put it where the little buddy clip is, and I'll put my diffuser on the top one, and I'll put a couple of the little plug-ins. And that's a really neat display, especially if you're out and about at a bazaar. It looks really cool, and people come over just to kind of check out what you've got going on. So that is one I use. I think I spent maybe 40 bucks on this thing, and you can see it holds business cards, it holds a room spray. You could hang, car bars or scent circles, and it has a spot for catalogs. So that's a pretty cool little display. What else do I have? I have some things I'm going to tell you helped me, okay? I was so nervous doing parties for the first time. I did my own little party plan. What am I going to talk about? So I did a little party plan here of what I planned to do at the party. I wrote it up, I laminated it, and I put it in my box so that I can have this just kind of sitting on the back of the table. And if I get a little nervous or wonder like, hey, where do I go next? I can kind of come over and go, okay, it's time to, I'm going to have them ask me about my business. Or I'm going to do a little product talk and talk to them about Scentsy soak or what have you. So just little like note cards would work. This works for me because I just keep it in my tote and have it. And then it also reminds me, as I'm packing the tote up, to make sure I have a scent circle to hand out or a lotion or a something, right? So this is my little cheat sheet. You can do up your own party plan of what you plan to do at your party and just make yourself some note cards. I found this really helpful. I've only done a handful of parties. I still utilize this. So it probably for a new consultant would be helpful. The other thing that I did is I printed out a larger copy of the bundle and save from the catalog, and I laminated it. And I have this because every party, people are going to ask you about the bundle and save. Yes, you can leaf through the little catalog and show them where it is, but it's also cool to just have this sitting out on the table so it's an easy glance for them to go, oh, okay, that's how much it is. So that's something else I did. The other things that I bring to my party are any current offerings. I'm going to show you some offerings that are not current, but they happen to be in my tote from previous parties. So things that are going on that are temporary, like when Stella the Unicorn Warmer was out. She's not in the catalog. How are these people at the party going to know that they could get Stella the Unicorn for 55 bucks right now? Unless I have something to give them. So you can find the images in the marketing tab of your workstation. It's as simple as just doing a color printout. I did not even laminate this. These are just pieces of paper, and I keep them in the party tote and take them. When I was doing the party, it was like Mother's Day time, and the one that's X'd out is the bundle that happened to be sold out at the time. But this isn't in the catalog. So anything that's available to your customers that's not in the catalog for them to see and know about, you want to make sure and tell them. So like Bring Back My Bar is current right now. If you're doing a party next week, you absolutely want to be telling all those people about Bring Back My Bar. So maybe having just the marketing printout of that would be helpful. Any collections that are out that are, again, not in the catalog. People might shop your website before the party and check things out. They probably won't. They're probably just going to be looking through the catalog, and they may not know about some of these cool options that are out right now. So that's the other thing I bring with me to all my parties is anything that is currently available that is not listed in the catalog. Just a little visual so that they know, hey, you could get this too if you're interested. Okay? So these are some of the things that I bring, and as we talked about, you really want to get these testers out in front of people so they can sniff them. We'll talk real quick before I let you go about home parties for another minute or two, and then we'll be all set. Hang tight. Hey guys, so thanks so much for watching my video. Hopefully that helped someone out there. Hopefully that some of the content in here is new or different than what you do or what you might have thought about doing. That's my goal, is just to share what's working for me. So that is how I do my home parties. If you have any questions about any of it, or you want more information on anything, please comment or send me an email. Let me know. I'm happy to chat with you guys about that. And if you have different ideas, that something that really worked well for you, please share. If you like the videos and you like the content, please feel free to like and subscribe. I would love some comments on what is beneficial to you guys and helpful versus, what's not. What do you want to hear more about? And please join me next time. We will be talking about my next favorite way to party, which is the bag party. Thanks, guys.